I have about 10 years experience in this business, and for the first 7 years I had a shop in Ladner, and at one point I had 7 people working for me. Those 7 people were not able to sell as much as I am selling right now on my own completely after listening to you talk it up. So that's a pretty sad statement, but at the same time it's pretty remarkable.
The weekends that we've spent with you in Vancouver has helped Jamu understand the importance of training and commissions, with helping spas that bring on our line understand the importance of training all of their staff and understanding the components of selling for commission.
The fact that we emphasize on the benefits to the client, instead of just saying, well, this is a bottle, buy a bottle, whatever it is. Now we totally change the attitude towards this thing, and we basically tell the people what it will do for them.
Without retail sales, we just can't operate. And I think that that's what your tapes do also. They enforce that in our minds that we have to retail. Otherwise, we're working ourselves to death and we're not paying our bills. We're not. We need retail sales to survive.
Hi, my name is Carol Phillips, and I'm here today with Amanda Henteges of the Merle Norman Cosmetic Studio and Spa. And Amanda, welcome.
Thank you.
We met a couple of years ago. I've been doing some shows here in the Vancouver area for the Esthétique Spa International group, and you've been a bright, shining face in our seminars, and we've been corresponding back and forth by email, and I was blown away by what you've done with the information. Would you share with me again, just tell me where you started and what's happened in the last year or so with your business?
Sure. I bought the Merle Norman Cosmetic Studio in Grand Prairie, Alberta, which is a northern community. She presently had sales that were around $125,000.
So the studio, you bought it, it was an existing business, 23 years old, it was only doing $125,000 in sales, and then you've been coming to the seminars, and then you actually started working with your staff with some of my books and tapes and the DVDs, and what happened the first year in your sales?
They doubled.
They doubled. They went from $125,000 to $250,000 in 12 months.
Right.
Because of?
Because we use them in our staff meetings. We have your Talk It Up CDs. We listen to the audio if we're going to off-site training, because our closest one to us is 5 hours away. So if we're driving in the car, then they listen to them all the way to the training. We listen to them on the way back. We now have like a media center set up in the back where they have education. They're required to do an hour a week, and they watch the videos and fill out the supplemental forms that you have with them.
Now, obviously, being a studio owner with Merle Norman, they give you great information, trend releases and that.
True.
But what's been the staff reaction? Because sometimes, companies will tell us, oh, nobody's going to watch a video. But your staff will sit and watch the DVDs, and then they put the information to work.
True.
What makes your staff so special? Why will they do that?
I don't know. They're a great team. I think that they want to learn. They just need direction. They need to know what the parameters are, is what's expected. It's tough to know how to sell. It's not something I feel that you're born with. I certainly didn't know what I was doing. It's just, you need to grow yourself as a manager. You need to grow yourself as a salesperson, and learn to do that without being offensive. And I think that's what you communicate so well. Is I feel that sometimes they're afraid to sell because they think that they're going to be pushy, or that they're not finding a need, solving a problem. They're just kind of out there. Well, it's good. Yeah. Rather than, feature benefit, things like that. And that's what you give us.
Do you find that, because sometimes staff will tell me, oh, the owner just wants us to sell, so she's going to make more money. Do you find that the information with the selling skills and the displays and the merchandising, the things that are on the videos, coming from a different voice, instead of you saying, go out and sell, has made it more successful for you?
For sure. And a lot of times, too, they're more visual. So it's not something, you're supposed to spend this amount of time with your staff, and sometimes you aren't as effective in that as you could be, whereas sometimes, you kind of can sit them down, they can learn something, and you can still multitask doing something else as well.
What has the staff said? They've watched a video, they've tried some of the skills. Do you see them getting excited about their job? Do you see them where they want to see their next customer, that they want to, not in a pushy way, not overload them with product, but really just maybe look for that 1 or 2 key items that would make a difference in the customer's results, but also in the bottom line with the sales?
Yeah, and the other thing too is then they find that, well, this time I sold her this. They're now looking back. That's one of the things you suggest, finding a couple items to add for next time, instead of going for the large blanket sale. Not that they don't still get the rush from that.
Right.
Because I've gotten a few calls, she bought everything. And that's exciting. But, it's just the day-to-day, having the small goals that get you there.
What would you say to other studio owners that maybe their staff's resistant to selling or their sales aren't where they need to be? What would you say now, in 2 years, you went from 125 to 250, 12 months after that, you increased your sales another, how much?
It's doubled again. We're at $500,000.
You're at $500,000. In 2 years, you've increased your sales $400,000 by teaching the staff to sell.
True.
Your building hasn't changed.
We did move once at the beginning, the
beginning,
first
you
time.
moved, okay.
True.
So overall, it's really moving more bottles and jars and a few more
Absolutely.
services
For sure.
Almost a $500,000 in increase. That's phenomenal.
What's exciting too is, like, you know, it's with such a great company that they come out with the seasonal items, which is a similar promotion, things that you do as well, that you can buy kits, that you come out and you have a different thing all the time. You're constantly changing up your merchandise and keeping it fresh, and that helps as well.
Well, what I got excited about with your emails is that I started at Merle Norman when I was in high school, and I was working, you know, behind the counter when I was 16. And so to having lived through, you know, growing up with Miracle and the foundations and the trends and et cetera, I'm thrilled to be able to help you grow your business, because that's where I started. That's where I learned the try before you buy philosophy. And so I want to congratulate you. We have a WOW award, and I think what Amanda has done in her business definitely is a wow factor to improve sales 400%, or 400,000. And how many staff members?
We have 7.
7. There's 7 in there loving what they do and improving your business. So Amanda, I want to thank you for sharing with that, because, you know, sometimes I don't even want to get on airplanes and, you know, always travel, but when you hear success stories like you have, it definitely makes it worthwhile. So I want to thank you and continued success, and I want to see what happens in another 12 months.
So do I.
To share everything?
Yeah,
Okay.
absolutely.
Great. Thank you so much.
Thank you.